When we cut the floor out of it, everything is so packed in there for ground clearance. The tunnel's twice as high as it used to be from the factory. So we got to build everything around that now. Rear seat had to be cut and changed for the bottom. The top piece is going to have to be cut and probably changed just for the hump and the floorboard on it. I got part of that welded in, some of it's still just tacked in. Firewall, we had to cut the firewall. Had to put a new piece in the firewall because we're going to go with a vintage air system. Other than that, everything seems to be going along really good so far, smooth. Now I'm up front trying to figure out how big of a radiator we can put in it or how small of a radiator we can put in it. We can only put a certain size in it because of the motor. The motor's 1000 horse plus, so I got to get a radiator, a condenser, a supercharger cooler, a transmission cooler, and an oil cooler. And I got to figure out how to get all that up here, or I'm going to end up putting some of the stuff in the trunk. So that's going to be another thing to figure out in the trunk wise, because we're going to have to get air in, air through the coolers and back out of the trunk. So that's just a tunnel that we may have to build so it goes in and out. And I don't know how much are we going to put in there. Are we going to put the oil cooler back there, the transmission cooler back there? This way we can keep the supercharger cooler up here and the AC condenser and a radiator. We got a whole lot of stuff and not enough space. Well, it's the way the motor sits in the car right now. The extra challenge is that the hood won't even close because the motor sits up too high in the frame. And the reason it sits where it sits is because we have an oil pan that we have to make sure it clears. So as long as the oil pan everything is cleared, we're good. Now I've already started cutting part of the hood out of it. I cut part of the inner brace out of it already, just to see if this was hitting to give me a little bit more clearance, but we're still about 2.5 inches higher on the supercharger than we are the hood. So I don't know what we're going to end up doing on this hood. The brand new reproduction hood. So I don't know if we're going to cut the hood, raise the hood up, or we're just going to have to cut everything out of it, because the brackets on the scoop where it holds the chrome molding and everything in it on here is actually what's hitting on the supercharger now. So I don't know if we're going to cut that out or what we're going to end up doing on that. We're probably going to end up cutting the hood and trying to raise everything up so it looks still factory. We don't want no big old gaudy ass scoop on it or nothing like that, because this is not a drag car. It's a car that he's going to drive and drive down the street. So we don't want nothing really sticking out of the hood. We just want to kind of build a nice little sleeper for it and let it go, you know. So today I'm going through and checking all my measurements and dimensions to make sure everything will fit. And then I have to do my dimensions on my headers to make sure my headers will work with this style of motor, with this type of frame, and with this car. So this is what I'm going through today. Other than that, yeah, just figuring it out.